drivers some fresh air, fanning the emergency escape hatch, now making a minor adjustment to the fuel injection system. Meantime, the preparations going on in the McDonald's Oldsmobile driven by Cruz Pedregon. While Pedregon's got quick elapsed time of the meet at a 5:17, he does not hold lane choice. The blower drive service Dodge of Al Hoffman, by just 5,000ths of a second, ran that much quicker in the previous round. That gave him the pick of lanes in the final. Bear in mind, though, the 5:17 and the 5:21 by Pedregon were both turned in the lane nearest the camera. Starter Buster Couch making a final check of both drivers. Hoffman rolling forward for the final stage beam. Pedregon doing the same. And a red light start for Cruz Pedregon. Al Hoffman is the winner for the second race in a row. His elapsed time, 5:31 at 263 miles an hour. And Cruz Pedregon did what no one expected. Red light at the start. The quick car of eliminations falling to a red light, a disqualification. You see the top bulb out on Hoffman's lane indicated a deep stage. That may have broken the concentration of Pedregon just enough to get him to leave a little bit early. Hoffman, one of the cagiest drivers in the business. Now they're starting the top fuel finalists. This is the Skull Bandit of Don Prudhomme. John Medlin, his crew chief, making a final check. Connie Coletta, the Coletta Flying Services Special. He is the car owner, the car driver, and the crew chief of record on that car. Don Prudhomme, the defending top fuel champion. In fact, Columbus a year ago was his first ever top fuel victory. Now he is trying to become the first repeat winner in top fuel eliminator in this 1992 season. Let's go to Steve.
You know, the fact that you have never been defeated in a final round might have got to Pedregon a little bit. He red lighted.
Well, I don't plan on it. I think we kind of forced him into that. Maybe not, but
In what way?
just the strategy that Tommy and I usually have and what we do up there, and little things work on different drivers. And I'm not saying we tried to beat him like that. You know, we come up there and I don't know what it run, but we tried to,
31.
We tried to repeat and run pretty good. But I'm just real happy for the BDS Dodge Daytona. It's done, an excellent job this year, especially, to win 2 in a row. I'm so happy for, Tommy, my wife Helen, the entire crew. Jeremy Lindsay has just been a tremendous help to us since we've hired him the beginning of the year. And he's doing the bottom end and hasn't missed one beat on it. And you can see that because very seldom we break anything.
Again, great job.
Thanks again, Steve. Thank you.
A bit of reshuffling in the Winston points standings as John Force, who went out in round number 2, still leads, but Cruz Pedregon getting even closer. Al Hoffman solid in 3rd, Del Worsham 4th, Jim Epler now number 5. For Connie Coletta, he has fond memories of this Columbus racetrack. It was his last major NHRA national event title, and that was back in 1986. Coletta in the near lane, Prudhomme in the far lane. And an explosion in Coletta's car. Prudhomme to the finish line and the champion. Don Prudhomme repeats in top fuel eliminator. The Skull Bandits 498 at 283 miles an hour gives his crew something to celebrate. And for Connie Coletta, what a disappointment. The engine explosion breaking the blower drive belt. That's what's laying out on the racetrack. Watch in replay. Coletta at the age of 54 got the whole shot on Prudhomme. He was headed off the starting line first until that happened. The blower explodes and puts him out of competition while Prudhomme logs yet another 4-second elapsed time. An absolutely superb showing by Coletta. Unfortunately, mechanical gremlins got him.
In 219 national event starts, Don Prudhomme wins his 45th Nitro title. I know these things.
Well, well, I'm tickled to death, especially racing my old pal Connie Coletta. It seemed like we did this in 1965 in match races, and they come up with each other in the final. It was tremendous. And he got a good start on me, by the way.
You knew he'd have that thing loaded. He'd put it on the moon if that's what it took.
Oh, yeah, Coletta, and so do I. I knew he'd be tough, and we're just trying to run our own race. But, I really got to thank Skull and, Wins and Pontiac and all the people that's helped us.
This will move you up to about 5th in the points.
It sure will, and we're really pleased with that. We needed it, and those Goodyear tires, man, ain't nothing like it.
Don Prudhomme, Oldsmobile Springnationals top fuel champ.
Well, Steve, as you said, that second victory of the season has moved Prudhomme into 5th in the Winston standings. Kenny Bernstein has watched his lead diminish as Joe Amato gets closer. Pat Austin 3rd, Corey McLenithan number 4, very tight amongst the top 5. For Steve Evans, I'm Dave McClellan saying so long from Columbus. The 1991 NHRA Oldsmobile Springnationals has been brought to you by Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering. And by Quaker State, the Big Q is one tough motor oil. And by Autolite Spark Plugs, guaranteed for 2 years no matter how far you go. Coverage of the NHRA Spring Nationals has been a presentation of Diamond P Sports in association with ESPN.